a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there
Yeah,
is no question that the
you sound
government
confused, that's for sure.
prints money, and then it uses that money to uh, uh, so yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because
What?
it's like
Middle MAGA.
And that's what, and you know what? I wonder if that's the real game. Think about how much money they
Yeah.
can make if they go after the ultra wealthy. They can't make that much.
Not much.
You get
Breaking it down, this is probably going to be in the second segment for this. If you're watching it, just to recap, Tim Cass and crew, they're talking about Social Security in a second, but they're talking about the IRS targeting middle class, $200,000 or less. I mean, that's middle class now. And the promise was 400. If you're 400,000 or over, that's who they were going to target. They were never going to target that. Let's pick it up with Tim and crew.
$1 million from a 1,000 people. Congratulations, you got $1 billion. Is that really going to cover the cost? No, we give more than that in a week to Ukraine.
Yeah, so it's not about that. So it's not really about recovering cost. It's about targeting their political enemies. It's about taking a look at the finances of your political enemies. You got to audit. You're going to have to bring out more receipts and all that kind of stuff. You can target YouTubers. Remember Matt Taibbi? I'm not going to allege anything, but it was just odd. Matt Taibbi had testified in front of Congress on the X files, the Twitter files at that point, which I don't want to digress into that, but it was a whole shenanigan on both sides. But he's there testifying, and then I don't know if I forgot if it was on the same day or the next day. Knock on the door.
I don't know, literally a week. What are they going to do? They send out a horde of 86,000 IRS agents nickel and diming you at every turn.
Just to be clear, the 86,000 haven't been hired yet, especially in this revenue generating arm of the IRS. It's only been 34 that we've seen reported, but I'm sure they're ramping up.
That's going to be a massive budget surplus for them. And then they can start dumping that into their failed systems and maybe prop up Social Security for a few more years.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way,
Yeah, let me branch off to this clip that we saw go viral recently from Finding the Money film. This person here is Jared Bernstein, and you might have seen this. If you've seen this, I'm pretty sure you're probably not going to mind watching this again. It's a very short clip. It's just astounding. It's just one of the most astounding clips I've seen in quite some time talking about money. So Tim's talking about the money that they're going to make. They don't give a damn. That's not making a dent on anything, man. We're spending so much money. We're burning through so much money that going after people for taxes, that is not about revenue, man. We're way beyond that. And even beyond just in taxes in general. Listen to this clip. And this clip is from a financial expert, believe it or not. This person here he's well known for his expertise. Here's another expert in labor markets, income inequality, and social policy. Prior to his current role, I'll go over his current role. He's the chair of the CEA, the Council of Economic Advisors. As chair, Bernstein is a principal economic advisor to the president, to Biden, and is responsible for offering objective economic advice on the formulation of both domestic and international economic policy. Did you hear me on that? He's a top advisor to the president right now. Oh, who did he work with before? He served as chief economist and economic advisor to Vice President Joe Biden in the Obama administration. He's been a senior fellow at the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities and was the executive director of the White House Task Force on the Middle Class. Oh, and this is what this bruh has to bring to the table with all those credentials.
the U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
Oh, so we got modern monetary theory from this dude.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves?
Wait, are you hearing me? Are you following me? Let's I want to break this down one more time.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money. Could you imagine? You don't need to be some type of expert. I don't give a damn what advisory committee this clown is on. could you imagine playing a game of Monopoly? So this is tying back into the tax discussion from Timcast IRL. And he's saying, well, they're going after you to nickel and dime you for $100, this and $1,000, whatever you might not have reported honestly or dishonestly. That's not creating a dent. He's saying the U.S. government can't go bankrupt. So it's obviously not about collecting a extra bill or something like that.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because
So I'm playing Monopoly. I can't go bankrupt. Why can't I go bankrupt?
we can print our own money.
Could you imagine playing a game of Monopoly and one of the people that you're playing against is like, I can't go bankrupt. You're like, wait, I won. Nah, I got a printer in the back. That's literally what's happening.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves?
So could you imagine me printing dollars? So when I go bankrupt, I just print more dollars. And then you're playing a game, let's just pretend in Monopoly that you're the same person asking for taxes. Wait, what? Why am I paying you taxes if you're just printing money in the back? What the hell is going on?
I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollars. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by
You said that.
by selling bonds.
Okay.
Is that what they do?
Oh.
They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds, right? Because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing. But there is no question.
You
the
sound
government
confused, that's for sure.
prints money, and then it uses that money to yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, because it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this.
And it taxes too.
Conversation. So, I don't think there's anything confusing there.
Oh my goodness. What? There's your experts. That's a top advisor for Joe Biden. Top advisor from Joe Biden when he was VP with Obama. You wonder, why is the country so effing messed up? If only there were signs. What the hell was that? That was a bad moment.
63% of new audits as of summer 2023 targeted.
Let me bring this back a little bit more where he sends it out to the team. Let's go.
Years.
Absolutely.
Middle MAGA.